Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon to some of you, and I hope you're enjoying the winter. Or some of you this summer, you lucky rascals, or late spring, I guess, whatever it is, in Australia. I want to share with you a couple things that I looked at in my window here, and I have a humidity thermometer, and the temperature is right. But can you see what the humidity is? Oh my goodness. I thought, oh my goodness, 20%. Of course I didn't. We were really busy yesterday and I didn't have the misters on. And I thought Wednesday was watering day, and so that day I do not put the misters on. But now I need to put them every day. I want to show you some other tips I use when in your house, because we have had very little moisture in our area since the beginning of July. It is snowing right now, which is going to help with the humidity. It's also getting very cold. There's a real cold front coming in, and there's maybe an inch or two of snow out there in places where we haven't shoveled, maybe a couple, 3 at the most. So anyhow, what do? Your orchids are not going to be happy with real dry humidity. So I thought, I'm going to share with you what I do to keep them happy, and they are happy. I got a couple I want to surprise you with, but I do have my mister twice a day easily during this time. And my house plants and my orchids and all down the pot, that helps when the pot feels humidity on the outside. The roots know it's there and they're trying to grow even down. I really insist that it's as important to get that outside of your pot, especially when they're not in another pot, because if you have a type of pot where you put it in another pot, that other pot is holding humidity in. It's the pots also, if you have trouble with your pot staying too wet and the medium too wet, too long, don't keep them in another pot, because that will keep them more moisture. But if it's very, very dry, in another pot is also good. And lots of mine I have in a bowl, and they're sitting on something, either upside down saucer, these little square glass things you can find at thrift stores, anything to raise them a few inches out of the bottom of the bowl, and pour water in the bowl. Don't need beads, don't need anything else, just some water, or even bowls of water sitting around your plants. And I'm going to show you what I do, and mine are staying quite happy, but the misting is important. And the good thing about this mister, there's lots in it and it sprays really good. So yes, mist. So, and also, when I take you around to show you what I'm doing to help with the humidity, I want to, and we keep our house temperature about 71, upstairs and downstairs. Mom likes to be warm, otherwise we could drop it a little, but we keep it about 71 to keep everybody happy. And I want to show you something new in the kitchen that I just loved the minute the first time we tried it, and I love it now. Because we changed our diet, like I did lose some weight, which is a good thing. I cut out all the sugar and all the junk food, and it was tough. And then I cut out some other things, and we're doing this special diet. We're eating a lot of steak, and we were steaming up the house, smoking up the house more with a big frying pan and put the steak in, and can't go out to the barbecue. It's too miserable out there. And by the time you get in, your steak is cold. So we tried everything, and my fern in the terrarium, it just died. And I think it was the smoke, because it was like a few weeks of all this, and I got to go around and clean everything in the kitchen until we got what I'm going to show you. And the first time we used it, and any time we've used it since, it's been 100% perfect. How often do you buy something that does what it says, even does better than I imagined? So I want to show you that before we leave. And before I take you on that tour, I got a nice surprise in the mail, and I got a really nice Christmas card from Hannah. And just to say she enjoys the channel, and thank you very much. Thank you, Hannah. And she sent some Swedish cloths. And we had just got one, the funny thing was. And they are great because it saves use. And look at how nice they look. And they save use, you know, around your taps where you're always mopping up water. Just keep one of these handy, and I mop it all up all the time. But we had one, and it is by the sink, and I use it a lot. So this is what they're called. So thank you, thank you. It's always good to have handy things. And also there was a really nice bag, and I'm going to show you the tag. This is a tag from it, and you know, they are made so beautiful. Even inside, let me turn it inside. It's beautiful inside too. Look at that. I'm telling you, this was made by someone that really cared what they were doing. So you can use it for many things, and thank you for this too. So thank you very much, Hannah. I just thought I'd share that with you guys. And now we're going to do a tour, and we're going to mostly look at the humidity, and we're going to look at an orchid that has just started spiking and surprised me. So we'll look at that one too. So we're trying to get ready for Christmas, barring any real bad weather conditions. Oh, Jack got all these little angels for $2.50 at Hudson thrift store. Aren't they cute? So I bleached them all, and I'm going to put serviettes in them, and everyone will get a little angel serviette holder, and there's lots. So yeah, that was a good find for $2.50. So okay, over here, now in this window, and I've put the misters on, and this window is sticking more out into the cool side of the house with not as much light, the north window. Now it's saying 47, and it's always better humidity over here, but the temperature is 64 because these windows are jutting really out quite a bit, and so I don't have anything real close. It's been -9 and -10, and it's supposed to even go lower, so I'm trying to be careful. But here you'll see that Falsogo Vivian, that she has a nice spike. Well, in her crystal bowl, she's sitting above, I have water in there. That is keeping humidity around her. And this little bowl, we keep water in there. The same thing. And of course there's water in this mister, and it's sitting there all the time. So in a close confinement, I'm keeping my humidity really quite decent for how dry it is in the house. So same with over here. I have the misters going, keeping the humidity pretty good. And I have one fountain. It's water moving, and it's helping. Because all my orchids, almost every single one, this one isn't, the one I just put in the glass jar, and one other one. Otherwise, I think almost all of them are in spike right now. So, first I'll show you here. So yes, my fern that I had in here, it did not like all the smoke, I'm sure. But see if I can move here. Perella reticula has still a little flower about to open. And there's lots of roots inside here that are, I just missed it, and they're doing good. So everything else seems to be fine. I'm sure nobody liked it. It was terrible. We didn't like it, and grease seemed to get everywhere. But it seems more space in there with the fern out of there, so things are coming along. Look at this long root here. I'd love to see a flower on that one, but not yet. But I'd love to. So these are one of my favorite little ornaments. If I ever see one at the thrift store, they're little part of a little train, I get another one. I just love them. Okay. And up here, Jack kept this a secret. We were at the thrift store the other day, and he said he got something. We get to the car, there's a big box. He hid it from me, did it, and I didn't know. And he had me guess. I couldn't guess, but this Santa on a bike has a working chain link, pedals, everything is working. It's so cute. And just look at him. So anyway, yeah, he picked that up at the church's thrift store the other day, and I just love that too. I love playing with things. Anyway, remember late last April, I got this orchid. And if you remember, one day I was using my little jug that I had poured some fat in, forgot, dumped it in the water, and poured it all over this plant. I had to take this plant out, wash the media, wash the roots, and look at this. Even though I got her last April, and all she went through, she has a spike. Since I changed her medium from moss to bark, she lost one little leaf under here. The rest have stayed very firm the whole time. She had beautiful purple flowers, so I am waiting for that. But the spikes are doing good, even though the humidity is, I just noticed like we have a real cold spell coming, and the pressure is dropping. We got the snowstorm, so yeah. But everything else, I mean, they're spiking, they seem happy, leaves are still firm, but boy, you have to watch your humidity this time of year when you have a furnace running. So this little one, the Monet pot, whoop, 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 go around here. Everything's crowded. Here we go. Here we go. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There we go. This is years old. I can't even remember the year I first did the Monet pot, but I put the white one at the top and two purple ones at the bottom, and they've just been flowering for years and years, just one after another. You see the old spikes that have come off. So, and this one isn't in spike. This is one I just got, of course, so it's not in spike because it has what looks to be a terminal something going on. It should be interesting. The leaves are still firm. It lost one yellow leaf, so okay. Now let's go look in the kitchen. Now, you probably heard about an air fryer, and we gambled, and we bought this Philips XXL. It doesn't say it on the front, but it's the Philips XXL. And we want to cook 2 big steaks at one time. So I thought, oh, we can fit 2 big T-bones in here. You can do all kinds of things in here. And we thought, well, you know, will it really work? Will they taste as good as fried in a pan? Well, you do nothing. Like down at the bottom is this setup here. Not even filled with a lot of grease or anything. And no smoke. Put our steaks in, just like that. And then you just turn it on and you push the temperature you want and turn the gauge to the temperature you want. And then you put how many minutes you want to do. And our steaks are about 7 minutes one side, 6 minutes the other. 7 and 7 for a real thick steak. So, and we picked this up at the thrift store for $2. I cleaned it up. Now, we've cut on it, but I don't think it had ever been used. $2. And it's very usable. So, that's about what's happening there. And then in here, I have 2 of these misters, and they're very good. This was $2 at the Hudson's thrift store. It holds a lot of water, and it keeps working fantastically. And this is one I bought online. It's a Yana, and it's kind of nice because I can take this dial, and I can turn it around, and I can have the mist coming any which way that I want it to go. It can go anywhere. I can move it during the day. So this area is staying nice and humid. And I also have water down here and also some down there. So, because there is a little heater vent underneath here, and it dries up quicker in that area. So, and one quick look at our weather, because it is snowing. And we did find our snowman. You can barely see him, but Jack found him. He put him higher up in the storage room. So he's up there in the wagon, and the girl in the chicken wire girl's pulling him. So yeah, it's winter. There's not a ton of snow, but it's definitely winter. And I hope most of this clears up for us for Christmas. You can barely see the mountains. You can't see the mountains. Anyway, bye for now. Just wanted to share that with you. See you soon.